Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing interviews associated with the naturalization process for Thai citizenship. For those who are unaware, yeah, I've actually been through this process myself, so I can speak from a great deal of experience. Not exactly my favorite thing I've ever done in my life. It was quite a cumbersome process and took quite a bit of time and was pretty stressful, quite honestly, while you're going through it. I hope that our services here, we assist folks all the time with naturalization. I often hope, or my hope all the time, I should say, is we provide some level of comfort by having done this before many times ourselves as both a service provider, and in my case, I oftentimes end up talking to folks about the the naturalization process from a place of personal experience. I think that does provide folks with a little bit of peace of mind when they're going through this. But that said, I've been through it myself. I get it. Peace of mind is difficult to come by when you're going through the overall process. That said, I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post. Excuse me. It's BangkokPost.com. Article is titled, Puathai asks government to refrain from transferring officials. The thrust of this article goes in a very different direction. I'll get sort of circle back to why I thought this was pertinent to this article here in a moment. Quoting directly, the caretaker government should maintain the traditional code of ethics and strictly comply with the Constitution by not transferring any of the high-level officials, particularly permanent secretaries. That's important. I'll get to that in a moment. For various ministries, while a new government is in the process of taking over the country's administration, Puathai Party Deputy Leader Phumtham Wechayachai said in his statement issued on Friday, quoting further, the permanent secretaries for all ministries in particular are most important mechanisms for the new government's administration, he said. And that's a fair point. And I can say from personal experience, I had to do an interview with the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Interior when I was going through the process of becoming Thai. And in fact, it was attended not only by him, but a number of liaison officers from a multitude of different ministries. The overall, it's again, these types of interviews for visas and naturalization, things of this nature, not fun. It's not fun to go through them as an applicant because you're very stressed. And I must say it was pleasant as it could be. The permanent secretary himself was quite accommodating, very nice to deal with. And the various ministry liaison folks were, you know, polite, but that said, it's an adjudication, and yeah, they do question you, and I'm not going to say they grill you, so to speak, but they go through the process of doing adjudicatory work, and they need to, you know, they need to find out information about you, and they interrogate you, for lack of a better term. Interview is probably a better word, but you know, it wasn't very adversarial, and I didn't feel like threatened or in any way, you know, put under any kind of duress. Interview probably is the right word. Interrogation may be too strong a word, but they are looking for information. And if they find out something about you that, you know, operates against you in terms of the overall adjudication, that can lead to your case being denied. And again, that's a level of stress that most folks are not going to be real interested in going through. So the thing to take away from this video, the reason I thought it was important, and when I thought of that, when I saw that article, yeah, the permanent secretary is an integral part of the process for getting through the naturalization process. And they do essentially, how do I say this, kind of supervise, or they're integral to the overall ministry which they are attached to as well. So I'm sure that they have various functions throughout the process within the Interior Ministry associated with one's application for citizenship. So for that reason, again, they're pretty important to the overall process. But I thought of making that video when I read that article, and again, it seems to be kind of unrelated, but I thought it was worth mentioning because I do get questions from time to time about how the citizenship process works, and hopefully this video will shed further light on that.